everybody. Welcome to another episode of Healthy Life, Healthy Joints Show with Dr. Arinola Dada. And so for those who don't know me, I'm a rheumatologist in the greater Seattle area. I help people with joint pain and autoimmune diseases get the immune system back on track and become pain-free. But you know what we have today is an amazing guest, Dr. Tanielle Brew-Smith, and she's going to tell you her story, and she has just so much to share. I have my pen, I have my paper, I am ready, and so she's just a powerhouse. So I'm just going to let her introduce herself because I don't think I could even begin to match just the things that she's accomplished, and you'll totally get it once you hear. Okay, Dr. Smith, thank you so much for coming. I am excited to have you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to speak with your guests. So I'll take a moment to introduce myself. Like you said, my name is Tanielle Brew-Smith, and I am a doctor as well. I'm family medicine and obesity medicine. But of course, I couldn't just wear two hats. I had to add another hat on there too. So it took me a long time to come up with what type of coach I am. So I decided to call myself a hypnosomatic coach. So let me break that down a little bit.
Please do, please.
So I do a lot of work with people connecting to their body. And then also the hypno part is really connected to their deep, deep thoughts they have about themselves, their unconscious and subconscious thoughts about themselves. So that's where I came up with the term hypnosomatic. And I do that through a variety of different tools, whether it's hypnosis or NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, timeline techniques, or just simply speaking to the person and noticing what their different belief systems are and helping them to change their story around their situation. And then the connection to the body, I do that through breathing, through yoga, and a lot of different exercise and movement practices to really help people to, one, feel comfortable in their body. Another part of my journey that's a big part of it is I lost a lot of weight. I lost 100 pounds. And a big part of
100, excuse me, 100-pound weight loss. You are the expert. You are the go-to person. You are who we need to talk to. You actually probably should need to be coaching the doctors too, actually, because we need to coach our patients and we need help because it's a struggle trying to like coach a person without having the tools. So I think that probably even the doctors need to kind of get that information from you. So I think you need to expand because we need help trying to help our patients too. So wow, that is phenomenal. Yeah, losing 5 pounds hard. Yeah, 100 pounds, you are a monster. Oh, is that okay to say? You're a monster. That is amazing.
I don't mind being called a monster. If a monster means I get to live my life, live my dreams, roar.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I interrupted you. Sorry, I heard that and I just had to kind of, let's take that in for a second. And so, I mean, sometimes when you're looking for an expert, you want somebody who's done it, not just somebody who's read about it. So you've been there, you've done that, you understood the assignment and you carried it through. So yeah, definitely, yeah, I'm just all ears, taking notes and excited.
Yes. And what I was saying before was a big part of my weight loss was me reconnecting back to my body and what I needed. Of course, reconnecting back to the type of foods that I like. And not just that, what happens when I eat certain foods? So I'm a person, I'm from the South, I'm from South Georgia. I don't know if you can hear a little bit, there's still a little bit of an accent there, a little bit. So I grew up with soul food and like different fast foods and very like heavily dense foods. And honestly, when I really started connecting back to my body, and yoga helped me a lot with that, and I noticed that, hey, when I eat a lot of fried chicken or a lot of just fried foods, my stomach gets upset. Or then I'll just start craving different things. Or what happens when I eat carbs? And it's that simpleness of just connecting back to what's happening in my body when I eat certain things. I might crave it, but I also don't like the end effects that happens after. So then I switched it to say, okay, well, let me just start exploring other foods, like more fresh type foods, salads, vegetables, whatnot. And I noticed I wasn't having that same kind of sick feeling that I would have before. And that really helped me to really switch my diet when I noticed, I can actually eat foods and I feel better not just better, stronger, more clear, can sleep better, my mood's better after eating those foods. So that is a big part of what I do with really connecting people, not just with like, okay, eat vegetables. No, I want you to eat the vegetable and then tell me how you felt after, because that is what's going to help you to maintain that. If you're not noticing how you're feeling after you consume something and you're just doing it because I said it or your doctor said it or whomever said it, that's not, you're not going to keep doing it. But if you notice the changes within you, it will stick and stay.
Wow. I think that is honestly, I think that is actually so helpful. It's just, how do you feel after? Not before. How do you feel after you've eaten a healthy meal, right?
Yes.
Because most of us actually don't feel great when we've eaten badly. That's the truth. Your abdomen is bloated. You actually don't feel good after. You may feel good before because you're looking forward to the sugar high, but after you don't. So that's actually very, I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that actually. Yeah. How do you feel after? You know, after I've had a nice salad, I actually feel good, right? Right. But
Yes.
when I've been bad, I'm like, don't feel so good. But you know, and it's good to remember that. So that is so helpful. So self-reflection, meditation, breathing work, yoga, other modalities, and mindfulness.
Yes, yes. I love all those because I saw another part, and I always tie it back to the weight loss. And then I also have a whole burnout story. I won't even get to that. But I had to learn some stress relieving techniques because one thing I did notice, I was like, well, what's making me go back to, not just because I'm used to eating certain foods. Sometimes I would have a certain type of day, and then all I want is this food. And I noticed it was related to stress. So I said, okay, well, what if I really worked on having stress reducing techniques versus trying to just, I mean, of course, I'm changing the food, but really trying to deal with the stressful part of it all. So that's what got me into actually one of my teachers, one of my attendings in residency taught me about mindfulness and meditation. So I've been doing that since residency. And then the just exercise in general, I was like, oh, well, what do I it's so funny. When I first started to exercise, I would tell people, I don't like to sweat. And I just start doing things that I like to do, and I like to dance. So I would go to the gym and just go to Zumba class. And to this day, I'm still the same way. I'm likely going to Zumba class tonight. I just did what I liked. Again, going back to doing things and seeing how it feels in your body, not just, okay, you need to run on a treadmill, then you need to lift this weight, then you didn't do that. I do this with myself and with my patients. I ask them, what is it that you actually enjoy doing right now? That's not this big burden, this big thing you got to overcome, that you could go out and do right now. And for me, on my journey when I had 100 pounds on me, was dance. So I found a Zumba class and I just got in that class, and that was it. I would walk past every machine probably for the first couple of years, and I would just go to that dance class. And for everyone, it's different. Some people just want to walk. Great. That's great. Walk then. And as you just move your body in a way that feels good for you, it opens up space for other things. Now I have a trainer and I lift weights. Now I went and did a whole yoga teacher training. I would have never thought about doing yoga before that, but I had to start somewhere I like.
Yeah, I think, you know, so that totally resonates with, I think, how we talk to patients. It totally resonates that you don't want to get the feeling of being overwhelmed, right? You know, and so you just went in, you know, there's a whole gym that's very overwhelming, and you just went in and said, I'm going to pick this one thing that I like, and I'm just going to do me. And I'm just going to go there because otherwise it's overwhelming, right? You're just like, oh, then they want me to lift weights, then they want me to run, then they want me to do cross X or CrossFit or cross, you know, then I'm just like, okay, you know what, where's the remote control? Because I don't want to do any of those things. But you say, okay, this is one thing I like to do. I like to dance. This is one thing I like to do. I like to walk. This is one thing I like to do. I like to go hike with friends, right? So I think totally makes sense that we don't want it to be something that's so like analysis paralysis, right? You want to just get up, just start where you are. If what you like to do is swim, go swim. If what you like to do is walk, go walk. Like if you what you do is like to dance like Dr. Smith, then dance like Dr. Smith. Okay, good. So can you share a story of a patient that had an amazing outcome after being under your care?
Yes, absolutely. So I am lucky. Before I've had a lot of different job transitions, but at one point I was just working in a weight loss clinic. So the way I'm talking to you now is how I talk to my patients, and the way I structure what they do is the same way. So when I start with them, I talk to them about, okay, well, what are some of the foods they like? And I remember I had one patient who told me, I don't want to eat one vegetable. I said, well, is there any that just can you tell me any vegetable you might consider? And she was like, well, I do like green beans. Okay, cool, perfect. Can you incorporate green beans into your food once, twice a day? Let's just do that. Let's do it. So we started doing like that. And then the next few weeks she came back, she was like, oh, I've been doing that. And you know what? I tried a salad. It was good. Said, okay, we got green beans and salad. Fabulous. Keep doing that. Next week she came in, she was like, oh yeah, had green beans and salad. And you know what? Somebody had spinach. Oh my God. I had never had spinach. I tried it. It was okay. I'm gonna give it a shot. And you know what? I started drinking some more water. Perfect. Sounds amazing. And literally, that was her journey over weeks. It was literally adding things. For me, I'm not a big subtractor with patients, but with her, I just literally, we started with green beans and I allowed her, and she really allowed herself, honestly. I didn't do the things she did, adding things little by little. And by the time we stopped working together after like a year, her diet was completely different. She had lost a ridiculous amount of weight. She was exercising, walking. I remember she had signed up for like a 1 mile walk. And this is a person who never exercised before. And that started by incorporating green.
Wow. Well, I love that, Win. I love that, Win. And I love the way you kind of gently guided her. Like, and then she was able to discover more things, right? Yes. And I think that you've been able to help her in such a way that she can continue to help herself. Right. Exactly. So yeah, that's I may actually try that with my daughter.
Do it.
I'm gonna say, okay, is there one vegetable that you are willing to, that you don't feel so bad about? So you say there's one vegetable that you don't feel so bad about. Let's try that. And then we can try to experiment with other vegetables. So yeah, I like the fact that you were able to kind of get her kind of right on her own, where she's now kind of motivated to now do more things and experiment with more things and find out that no, it's not so yucky. Mm-hmm. Okay, so so at Healthy Joints, Healthy Life Show, we do want to give our audience some wins. I think we've actually had a lot of wins already, but let's still kind of give them at least 3 easy tips that you think, and I'm going to make notes too, will kind of help us, including me, kind of on our journey to become healthier versions of ourselves.
Perfect. I love that. So one of those, I'll start with movement, because if you want healthy joints, movement is a big part of that. And we talked about this before, is starting with what it is you like to do and then exploring from there. But I want to take it another step forward, or another step further, actually. I mentioned briefly about the yoga part of it. When you want to start a physical activity practice, consider yoga. And not yoga in the sense of I'm flipping upside down and doing this. No, yoga can be simple and gentle and easy and connect you back to your bodies. It starts getting you to see, where are my shoulders? Am I up here all the time? Are they down here? Am I not breathing? When I get stressed out holding a pose, am I doing that in my normal life? So you can go on YouTube and look for gentle yoga practices, because they're very gentle and easy to kind of reconnect you back to the body before you're doing other more strenuous activities. Eventually, I will start doing some yoga sessions and emailing them out and putting on my YouTube. I'm in the process of recording that now. There'll be 10 to 15.
Please do.
Yes, 10 to 15 minute, simple, easy, gentle yoga sessions that's relaxing, that helps you to connect back to your body. So that's tip number 1, starting with just a gentle yoga, just so you can connect to feeling how your joints feel in a movement setting and how you're breathing in that setting. Number 2, another step to happy joints and happy life is having some kind of stress management tools that you use every single day. So for me, that is meditation. That is journaling, my walking, drinking water, praying, reading the Bible. I literally make a list of things that I can go to when that stress level's going up, but I don't just use it when the stress is up. I use it every day. Like, how can I make sure at least one of these things is in my life every single day? So you don't have to start with a list of 15 things and doing them all. Choose one. If you know that journaling is your thing, do that journaling. It could be super simple. If you know that reading your Bible brings you joy, make sure you have that Bible next to your bed. So as soon as you wake up, you can open it up and read whatever verse comes to you. So making that practice super simple so that you can already start your day de-stressed. And then number 3 is my favorite one, have your water close to you because joints need to be lubricated. And of course, I say this and I left my water bottle on the couch because I had to move around, but I normally have my water bottle right next to me. I take it to bed with me. It has stickers on it. It's perfect. It's beautiful because I'm drinking water. There you go. Yes, I am drinking water all the time. And by the time we feel like we're thirsty, we're already a little dehydrated. So just having that water that you're constantly sipping, you're going to drink so much more than you're waiting for the sensation of thirst.
Wow, thank you. So just to kind of recap is 1, movement, consider gentle yoga. 3, identify how you can relieve stress, whether it is meditation, whether it's reading your Bible, whatever it is that you've identified that works specifically for you. And 3, keep hydrated, right? By the time you're dehydrated, it's a little late. You're trying to catch up at that time by the time you start to feel thirsty. So wow, thank you so very much. I really have learned actually a lot and kind of reinforced a lot. I love the kind of gentle way you actually guide your patients to be successful. And so would you mind sharing with us, because I think everybody wants to know, how can they find you? How can they work with you? How do they get the magic?
Yes. So there are 2 ways of working with me. I have 2 hats that I wear. My doctor hat, I'm out of Jacksonville, Florida. So if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, I actually be working starting in next week in June, depending on when this comes out, at the University of Florida, New Berlin office in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, coach hat. My coach hat, I am the CEO of Brew Wellness Collective. If you want to connect with me, if you like a coach to help you to de-stress, a coach if you're burned out and you really want to figure out how to create that lifestyle to prevent burnout in the future, how to shift your mindset, that is me. I am your girl. So you can go to my website, Brew Wellness Collective, BREW wellnesscollective.com. I'm on all the social medias. It's all Brew Wellness Collective. So BREW Wellness Collective on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye.